I know it's all you've got to just be strong. And it's a fight just to keep it together, together. I know you think that you are too far gone, but hope is never lost. Hope is never lost. Yeah, hold on, don't let go. Yeah, hold on, don't let go. Just take one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. You're gonna be okay. I know your heart is heavy from those nights. But just remember that you are a fighter, a fighter. You never know just what tomorrow holds. And you're stronger than you know. You're stronger than you know. Hold on, don't let go. Yeah, hold on, don't let go. Just take one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness, one step closer.
He was some fella. The North Georgia Conference hired him. He was a preacher in the North Georgia Conference for 40 years. And what he did, he would go into churches that were having problems with their preacher, or their preacher quit, and he would fill in. He was a short, husky man. His name was Gus Broyer. He was a bulldog. He said what he thought, and many times he rubbed people the wrong way. When we got to Georgia, at Mount Pleasant Church, where I was going to preach, he had been filling in because they had problems there. I remember asking him one time, he was 80 years old and still preaching. 80 years old. And I asked him, I said, when are you going to quit? And he bristled up like a banty rooster, and he said, I'm never going to quit. He said, I would rather the church run me off than quit. I'll never quit. I remember that to this day, and I pretty much have the same attitude. When we got there, I had a meeting with Gus, and he told me about the people in the church. It was very helpful. I remember one couple he told me about. Their name was Don and Elizabeth Hunter. And he used this word, and it was the first time I ever heard this word. He said, they are well healed. They are well healed. What that meant, I found out eventually, that meant they had a lot of money. He said they'll come on occasion. He said most of the time they drive to First Baptist in Atlanta and they attend there, but they'll come on an occasion. I remember the first Sunday I stood at Mount Pleasant and preached. There they were. I knew it was them because everybody greeted them. They just surrounded them. They were there the first Sunday, and I noticed they were there for 3 or 4 Sundays in a row. And then Elizabeth Hunter said this to my wife. She said, you know, we just don't get anything out of Brent's sermons. Boy, that really hurt. That really hurt me. And I thought, what in the world? And I thought, you know, they were going to First Baptist Church in Atlanta. And you know who was at First Baptist Church in Atlanta at that time was Charles Stanley. They were listening to Charles Stanley Sunday in and Sunday out. One of the best preachers on the face of the earth. And then they came and they listened to me. Someone who had just preached a handful of sermons. And in some way, they were probably comparing me to Charles Stanley. And believe you me, there's no comparison. And I thought to myself, well, they'll quit. They'll quit. They'll just leave. They'll quit. But you know what? They never did. And they started coming regularly. They was there every Sunday for 3 years until I left. They didn't quit. Gus said he would not quit. He would rather be ran off than quit. Are there things that we quit? Are there things that we give up? When things gets hard, when times gets hard, do we just say, well, I'll just quit. I'll just give up. I'll just quit. You know, I've been thinking about, within the last 2 or 3 months, I've been thinking about quitting. I've been thinking about quitting. 2008, I got the opportunity to go to Hungary. Small United Methodist Church needed worked on and they needed help. And I got the opportunity to go to Hungary in 2008. It's a beautiful country. Just beautiful. Large wheat fields, large potato fields, old churches and old houses. We went to this one place, I can't remember the name of it, but it was just outside of Budapest. There was a young preacher there, just beginning. He was a chef in one of the hotels in Budapest, and he felt the call to preach. And you know, you can tell when someone is called to preach. You can tell. You can tell when the Lord puts his hand on somebody and calls them to preach. His name was Zoltan. And we worked in the church, and I got to know him. He had a young wife and a young baby girl. We painted and we put sheetrock up and we cleaned the church. And we'd walk, of an evenings, we'd walk through the town. And I noticed, walking through the town, everybody had roosters. Roosters. And they were big roosters, the biggest roosters I have ever seen. And you know, of a morning, I love to hear this. I don't hear it anymore. I haven't heard it, I bet, since I've been in Monroe County. Of a morning, I love to hear a rooster crow. And boy, in that town, they just crowed for at least an hour. There were so many of them. And Zoltan, that young pastor, asked me to preach on Sunday. And I thought, what in the world am I going to preach about? And the language there's going to be so much lost in interpretation. It worried me. Well, I remember those roosters. I remember those roosters. And I preached about the roosters. I preached about the biggest rooster in the world. You know where the biggest rooster in the world was? It was that rooster that crowed when Peter denied Jesus 3 times. That was heard all over the world. That was meant to wake everyone up. And I preached about that. I don't know how it went. All I know is the next day as we walked through the community, all strangers would go. and we would go see what they wanted, and they'd take me in the backyard and they'd point. And you know what they was pointing at? Big roosters, big roosters. They may not remember anything, but they'll remember the story about the big roosters. You know, we've all at some point said, well, I'll just quit. I'll just give that up. You know, within the last 2 or 3 months, this video, I thought, has it served its purpose? I depend upon a lot of people to do this. And you know the numbers, people viewing down, 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 down. And you know what I noticed this week? On the computer, it has comments. And I was looking through the comments this week. And you know who commented on the sermon last week? Zoltan, the young preacher at Budapest. I'm like Gus. I need to be like Gus. I'll never quit. I'll never give up. We shouldn't quit and give up. You know, I was think about this statement. I don't know whether it's true or good or not, but it's hit my mind and it's stayed in my mind. It's not how many people come to church. It's not how many people watch this video. It's who. It's who. It's who comes to church. It's who watches the video. Don't give up. Don't give up praying. Don't give up your faith. Don't give up Jesus. Don't give up coming to church. Amen.
I know it's all you've got to just be strong. And it's a fight just to keep it together, together. I know you think that you are too far gone, but hope is never lost. Hope is never lost. Yeah, hold on, don't let go. Yeah, hold on, don't let go. Just take one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. You're gonna be okay. I know your heart is heavy from those nights, but just remember that you are a fighter, a fighter. You never know just what tomorrow holds, and you're stronger than you know. You're stronger than you know. Hold on, don't let go. Yeah, hold on, don't let go. Just take one step closer, put one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. One step closer, one foot in front of the other. You'll get through this. Just follow the light in the darkness. You're gonna be okay. Ooh. closing.